let's get into what happened with AEW. The main deal is done. If you did not see this, and Tony Khan is a very, very happy man. Dave Meltzer reporting $555 million over 3 years, average of $185 million a year. Said it starts lower, middle year will probably be about that. And the third year will be up from that. And they have a fourth year option, which apparently jumps that even more. They will also be putting all their content up on HBO Max, and the pay-per-views will be moving over there too. They will be sold at a discount. And they don't even have this thing done with Fox yet, but apparently that is on the way as well. A massive win for AEW, and I think a massive win for pro wrestling. Jason, the deal's done, man. It's over. What do you think?
I think it's good. You're going to see a definite competition now. A little more than what you've had before with WWE. It's definitely going to help the whole industry. Another avenue for a lot of these wrestlers.
Yeah, and Stu, I'm really excited about the HBO Max thing because you're going to get a much more discounted rate on the pay-per-views, which means more people are going to watch. You're going to have more people being able to go back and look at the product from beginning to end. Now, Rampage, depending on how all these other deals work out, they might have to take that off there if they end up moving something to Fox. But those components, I think, are massive in this deal.
I believe the word around Campfire is that, Rampage will go away. Look, and this is kind of the trend with those things that, live sports and wrestling is in that. They're going to get big paydays because that's the, one thing. Live sports gets lots of eyeballs. You can't DVR it, or well, you can, but people don't usually DVR it. So it makes total sense. The, Tony gets paid. He can pay for Final Countdown many more times.
What, 6 or 7?
Yeah, at least. the thing about the pay-per-views going to Max, I think that's a good move. I'll be interested to see how much of a discounted price, because that's probably the one regret WWE has with Peacock. Is simple fact they don't charge for their pay-per-views because it's just part of the package. So at least AEW will be able to still recoup some money from that. And they say that's going to be later in 2025 because they're developing the technology to do the live pay-per-views on Max. I would suspect it shouldn't be that hard, considering all the different streamers like IWTV and such that do live streaming. So, but no matter what, it is a great day for AEW. Congratulations, Tony Khan and everybody at AEW. I think we could see maybe a little more of a competitive spirit between AEW and WWE.
Yeah, especially if they get this show on Fox, the Shockwave show that's rumored to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
You get AEW, whatever form it is, if it's a rap show or they actually do some wrestling on there, that is going to be a huge deal. You saw what happened with NXT going to CW, just how their ratings jumped up, and the drop that SmackDown took going off of Fox back to USA. So this is going to be really interesting for Tony. But Phil, here's my question for you. You're Tony Khan. What do you do with the new money?
They do need to fix some things with production. They're probably going to then increase some of the wages they give some of the folks, because there's some people who are doing really, really well. There's some people that could be doing a little bit better. I hope it would not be on any more additional talent to the roster that is 3 times too big. And when I say this, that's not because I don't want anybody to not have a job. That's not where I want to go, and I'm in a luxury to be able to be in that position to be able to, you need a smaller roster without being able to have any input on who needs to go. But it's just too much. It's too much. You need to slim your product down and refocus it, which, hey, will also help you in some gain of the money that you need, because apparently, according to Dave Meltzer, who's crunched the numbers, so already I'm a little really, they've lost each year for the last 2 years somewhere between $20 and $34 million a year. Now they'll be getting somewhere between $61 and $76 million a year with this deal. So they could get a little bit more with some cost savings, with some salary money. But production has always been a challenge. You are right that, Max needs to test this technology. And even though there are companies that do it, they have to get somebody who specializes in creating that coding for a pay window inside of a existing streaming subscription service. That's sort of like a different level of how their platform will need to function and be able to move forward. It also might then lean into, which is also why it's a little surprising it isn't there yet. What about more movies at home sooner, and doing, a good, a pre-release before home streaming release kinds of things that might help recoup some box office money that's also not being realized in theaters anymore because people are waiting for it to come to streaming. And Max seems like the perfect place to do that. Max is actually making a lot of good moves, so I think this is going to be in the end a good place. Yeah, I think they need to fix
I
really think they have some production stuff they need to fix on, because the talent is there. Maybe marketing. I'm not missing the fact. I'm not missing the fact that the WWE and their press releases or press conferences is starting with, these are our attendance numbers and our 60th straight sellout event in a row.
That's definitely not a coincidence.
Right.
And, it's funny that you mentioned production too, because, one thing that I was so hyped up for this pay-per-view, not necessarily because of the card, but the production stuff that they did leading into this. I mean, Lee Fitting's done an amazing job. And you see these cinematic promos that they've been putting together, and just all the neat camera shots, the backstage stuff, that makes it look like more of a sports production as opposed to what Kevin Dunn was doing. And AEW definitely needs to upgrade that. So that would be one, and production and marketing, I think, would be the two places I'd be spending right now.
I will say, though, to be fair, of all things, WWE last night, I don't think did a great job on some of their camera usage. Like, oh my God, in the women's match, the positioning of the camera to see the attack, from when who is the mysterious man in the hoodie with the bandana on, and you're seeing it from the opposite side of the ring through the ropes, and it's like, well, you can't even see who you're talking about right now. So.
Yeah, they'll get that right, though. Hi, pro wrestling fans. Mark Hoke here. I'd really appreciate it if you would take a moment to join the Mark Hoke Show family, and please click on the subscribe button below. Also, please stick around and check out the incredible sponsor of this video. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again on the Mark Hoke Show YouTube channel. Want a matching bonus up to $500 and have fun betting on pro wrestling plus all your favorite sports and entertainment events? Then you need to check out betonline.ag. Bet on all the top wrestling events, plus you can get a free 50% matching bonus up to $1,000 on your initial deposit. Just go to markhokeshow.com, click on the betonline.ag link, and use sign-up code BOL1000 to get in on the action today and receive your 50% matching bonus. So get in on all the betting excitement. Sign up right now on markhokeshow.com with betonline.ag.